Well, hello everybody. Just gonna do another quick video, live update on this supercell in Michigan that doesn't seem to want to quit. Um, we're looking at the super res velocity because I want to show the velocity couplet, and what I'm seeing here is we have green, which indicates towards the radar, right next to blue, which indicates away from the radar, and that creates what we call a velocity couplet. And it's counterclockwise in nature, meaning that it's cyclonic, and so we have cyclonic rotation within the storm, and that is what creates the mesocyclone and then the tornado underneath that mesocyclone. This is a very broad mesocyclone, and so if the tornado did form underneath that, I would expect that to be probably a wedge tornado because it's pretty broad if you can kind of tell. I'm pretty sure it was a wedge tornado when it went through Three Rivers and Centerville, Massachusetts. I'm pretty sure it was a wedge tornado when it did that. We have different types of tornadoes. There's rope tornadoes. There's stovepipe tornadoes. That stovepipe is kind of an in between. And then wedge tornadoes are like the fattest. And I'm pretty sure that this was a wedge tornado, or now it is becoming a wedge tornado again, or will become a wedge tornado if it continues along this path. So why don't we try to do a little bit of forecasting quick. I just want to show the reflectivity, and as you can see, we have a classic supercell here. The deep reds are pretty impressive. There's probably some quarter-sized hail in here, maybe some golf ball-sized hail, isolated areas. There isn't any purple or white, so it's not super big, but it's big enough that it would cause damage to car windshields and roofs and things of that nature. But the rotation is broad in here, and as I said, I do think that any tornado that forms from this supercell would probably be a wedge, if anything. So let's go to the forecast models, and I'm going to use the NAM because it is probably the best in a situation like this. And I'm going to go to regional so we can go to the Great Lakes. And I'm going to go to forecast loop. And, look at the warm air that came up into Michigan today. And, this is an area I was not expecting tornadoes to form in today. So, that alone, like, Michigan was like the last on my list. But the first thing you want to look at is the 0 to 1 kilometer storm relative helicity, which again is a measure of streamwise vorticity or low-level rotation that gets ingested into the storm that's parallel to the wind. It's rotation that allows the updraft to rotate, and it's horizontal rotation that can get tilted into the vertical, and then tornadoes form when that horizontal rotation is tilted into the vertical by wind shear, which is the change in direction of horizontal wind speed with height. So it's that wind shear, that change in the wind speed and direction with height, that tilts that horizontal rotation into the vertical. And that's how you get up a rotating updraft and a tornado. So you generally need 100 or more. And look at this. By around 4 p.m., this was about a couple hours ago when this all started, we had 200, 250, 300 meters squared per second squared of helicity in the area. That is a lot. That is definitely off the charts. 200 to 300. I don't know how I missed this. And even more going further north, although I think that may have been north of the front. But this area, southern Michigan, was not north of the warm front. They were south of the warm front. They were in the warm sector. Oh, hold on a second. I gotta take this. Sorry about that. That was a phone call I had to take. So the storm relative helicity was there. And let's see if it continues or not. Yeah, it's still there for a little while into the evening. So, I think the environment for supercells and tornadoes in Michigan is going to continue based on that. And another thing to check is the 0 to 3 kilometer helicity, because you generally need 250 of this for supercells. And we are well over that. We are in the 300s. So there you go again. And another thing that you need, of course, is most unstable cape. This was lacking a little bit today, but I think the wind shear and the storm relative helicity kind of overwhelmed the cape tonight. But by this evening, around now probably, you have this cape moving in, which may help enhance storms across southern Michigan through the night. I think this is an area, and this area and southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois. I was pointing this area out last night and a couple nights before. You gotta watch this area for the rest of this evening and tonight. I think for storms and potential severe weather events. I think this was overlooked because of a lack of certain ingredients, but I think that this area needs to be watched. So anyway, let me see if there are any more updates on that particular storm. See, now they issue a severe thunderstorm watch. Let's see, that tornado warning was capable of producing a tornado and quarter-size hail. Yep, that's what I said. Quarter size to golf ball size. So just flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. So just be careful. I think the Storm Prediction Center was right to issue a severe thunderstorm watch. We have several severe thunderstorms now in the area. Let's see what we got here. We were looking at this one before. quarter-sized hail. This one is for Jackson County in Michigan. Severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles southeast of Leslie, or 10 miles north of Jackson, moving east at 35 miles per hour. And you can read through this yourself. Location is impacted. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into a basement or small interior structure. Obviously, you should know that. But these areas here are impacted by that thunderstorm that we were talking about. This is just north of the one that has the tornado warning on it. And then we have another one here right by South Haven. And if we click on this one, let's take a look here. So this is for Van Buren County and southwestern Allegan County. And this is for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. And watch out in these areas here if you want to read through those for being impacted by this particular severe thunderstorm. And again, tornado possible. And I'm with them on this. I think any of these storms could produce even a funnel or a weak tornado at any period in time, with all that low-level wind shear and that low-level storm relative helicity being in place. And actually, that's one thing I forgot to check, the low-level wind shear. But I remember it being, when I checked earlier, it was about 30 to 40 knots, and you typically need 20 knots for a tornado to form, and that was met easily. And here is the radar, and just look at these thunderstorms. It looks like you have a squall line of storms here starting to form with embedded supercells. So this is what we call like a line echo wave pattern, where you have parts of the storm that are like reaching out, that are bowing out in that type of pattern, and that can create problems. In fact, while we're here, let me just Google line echo wave pattern, because that's exactly what that is. Line echo wave pattern. A line echo wave pattern is a distinct radar signature indicating a line of thunderstorms that is warped into a wave-like line, kinked shape, usually featuring multiple bow echoes, associated with serial derechos and severe fast-moving squall lines. They signal a high risk of damaging straight-line winds, heavy rain, and tornadoes, typically forming near a mesoscale low-pressure area. And we do have an area of low pressure moving through the region tonight. Remember, it was coming from the Midwest and moving northward through the area of the Great Lakes tonight. So it doesn't really look like a true line echo wave pattern yet, but I do believe it's going to kind of form into one. You see, here's one bow echo, two bow echo, and then three bow echo, and then a fourth one developing down there. So this is a squall line, but it's a line echo wave pattern, mainly for damaging winds right now. but watch this form into a more substantial feature as we go throughout the night. Alright, so that's the latest live update on the feed. Keep with us.